Hello, Skylar. Nice to meet you finally in cyberspace at least. This will be some video feedback midterm. And if you have any issues, questions that I can help you with regarding the class in the next month, let me know, and I will accommodate you. I bid you strength. Skylar, this looked to be nicely packaged. You even have it down to the assignment number, so that's really promising. I appreciate that kind of organization. Then it looks like you've got screenshots of your process, and I guess those will be knitted into a reflective document at the end of the class. That is, by the way, worth a third of the class. There are 3 deliverables, as they say, and the first is the print ad, the second is the web banner ad, and the third is the reflected document. So here's the Illustrator file, which I am most interested in. Now we'll see if you, even though you have the images, here, and you could link to them, you really need to embed them, and that's why I'm getting this error message. It says ignore. So that says, I'm missing a linked image. I'm just going to ignore this. If I were a Kinko's worker, I might not necessarily be able to relink the images that you've included with it, but not to worry. So what we get without those linked images is probably going to be pretty minimal. So I'm getting, as I'm opening it, I'm getting these error messages about missing links. I'm just going to hit ignore, page through it, and so yeah, there we go. That's all that remains without embedded images. I'm sure you know how to do this, and don't despair, because if I open this up in Acrobat, I probably will see the images. So let me do that next. Hi, Scholar. Sorry, Skylar. I apologize. This is your file, correct? This is the one I downloaded from the discussion board, as well as the one that was included in the January 24th package. And what's good about it is that your file structure is great. You've got everything on its own layer. You're using the corporate colors. You have a simple grid arrangement, which I think is a good idea. But as you see, as I roll my cursor around, the images are linked rather than embedded. So it's important to know how to embed. It's very simple. File, place. Here's where it gets tricky. I wanted to point out on the Adobe interface, here's some arbitrary images. This little area down here, make sure that it is not checked, because if you check it, then it's going to link the file rather than embed it. So then I'm going to hit place, and I know that it's embedded rather than linked because it doesn't have an X through it. Okay. Now this happens to be a huge file or photo of a mural from a bar that is long gone in my neighborhood. And okay, so typographically, use one way of aligning type. Here you've got something centered. You've got centered on this axis, centered on this axis, centered on this axis. You can get it to work, but use maybe fewer sizes of type, fewer variations. Contact information at the bottom can be very small, really. And I like this asymmetrical arrangement of grids. Perhaps some of these could be filled with images, or if you don't have them already that way. Maybe others could be filled with solid colors. Now, I can open up your Illustrator file in Acrobat, and I will get an idea of what the images look like. Whoops. Skylar, here's what it looks like with the palm tree silhouette. And so what I did is I opened up your Illustrator file in Acrobat. And it looks much better, There's not much contrast here, though, with the black type against the purple. So maybe, make that white. And again, what I would do is I would find another axis, maybe right here, and make all your type flush left, ragged right. I hope that makes sense to you. And this palm tree silhouette, which I rather like, is it possible, or is it large enough to extend it bound to the bottom of the ad? You might consider using the version of the logo that isn't in a box, just letting it ride over that turquoise color. And I guess last, make sure that you're not using borders. Keep your type, away from the edge, because magazine pages are trimmed and you don't want to lose type. Watch, I do notice some errors, typographic errors. There's some misspellings. So, be particularly careful to comb through it as you refine it for the final. Okay, I'm going to quit here. I hope that gives you some ideas. And take a look at other people's critiques.